we are at the top of the hour, so we're going to go ahead and begin the service. Welcome to Unity Spiritual Community in Citrus Heights. Please rise and sing join us in singing our opening song, which is "We Are All Friends Here." We are all friends here. There are no strangers once you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. Let's sing again. We are all friends here. There are no strangers once you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. And hold you in our hearts the way you are. You may be seated. So good morning and welcome everyone to Unity Spiritual Community on this gorgeous, just glorious fall morning. Isn't it beautiful? I'm Lisa Lawson and I'm a licensed Unity teacher here at Unity Spiritual Community. I'm also a ministerial candidate, but I'm also the minister of music. And our senior minister, Reverend Carla, is out on sick leave, so I should say medical leave. So I'm joined in music today by Nancy Finch. So thank you for being here with us, Nancy. Today, as we join in forgiveness, in a service focused on forgiveness, we live into our spiritual freedom, knowing that the past has no power over us, and the future is ours to create with God. Come on in. So we affirm that my spiritual self is as infinite as the sky, and like an eagle, I soar through the expanse of consciousness. I have the power to change my thinking, release limitations, and rise above the clouds of circumstance. I am gloriously free to live and to love extravagantly and abundantly. And so it is. Amen. And now I'd like to invite Ashley Forsyth to read today's daily word.
Hello. Today is Sunday, November 10th, 2024, and the word for today is freedom. The Christ within is my source of freedom. Freedom is my spiritual birthright. I live my freedom when I speak my mind, pursue my dreams, and live with dignity and self-respect. It means I am self-directed and I use my spiritual gifts of understanding, faith, love, and strength to guide my decisions and actions. As I do, I feel free. I do what I can to support freedom for myself and others. I honor and give thanks for all those whose courage and dedication and service have helped build and sustain a world where all people can know true freedom. In prayer, I envision a harmonious human community that assures everyone's basic needs are met, respects differing viewpoints, and celebrates the unique expression of God that each person is. The scripture today is from 1 Peter 2:16, and it reads, "As servants of God, live as free people, yet do not use your freedom as a pretext for evil." And the word today is freedom.
Thank you, Ashley. So we welcome each one who is here with us today, whether you are here at Sylvan Community Center or online on Zoom. We have 4 people with us right now on Zoom, or watching on YouTube Live. We know that each one of you is here by divine appointment, and we thank you for adding to the joy of our Sunday service. So at this time, we take a moment to greet each other, and we remember that Unity people often like to give hugs, but sometimes we don't want to. So just in that case, just greet each other with a namaste or a handshake if you prefer. So go ahead and stand and greet each other now, knowing that the music is your cue to return to your seats. There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go, and this is what you have to say. We need the words. Go ahead and go forward one. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Everybody, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm only here for God. Thank you, Nancy. All right. So we often have a little featurette in our service, and what that is it's a time where we can have a little bit more of information about something we're learning about, or sometimes just even a different topic that we want to throw in and make the service a little bit more interesting. So since our topic today is forgiveness. I've had the benefit of being part of a wonderful workshop at our Ministers and Licensed Teachers training and retreat a few weeks ago, where I learned about a a technique that's used in mindfulness training called RAIN. And this workshop leader, Dahlia Adams, she had us do this as part of our meditation. We're going to do this as part of our meditation. But before we do that, I'd like to take you through the process so you understand it. Mindfulness is a state of non-judgmental awareness of what's happening in this present moment. And it includes being aware of our thoughts and our feelings and our senses. So, forgiveness can be kind of uncomfortable. And this process is something that will help you focus on the present and on your feelings about it and just work through those uncomfortable thoughts and feelings. So we're just going to talk through the process. You just find a comfortable position and do your regular preparation for meditation. And each of these steps you linger a moment on. It's called RAIN. The first one is called recognize. And in this step, you just let yourself feel at ease. And just take in your surroundings. You just quietly recognize your thoughts and your sensations and your feelings. And then you name them, either out loud or silently to yourself. And then the next step is allow. So you observe those experiences just like if you're watching a movie, and you let those thoughts and feelings just come and go as they are. And you just don't feel any judgment. Let go of any judgment you feel coming in, because it's just okay. Just this is how it is right now. This is what you're feeling. And then the next step is to investigate. What words are coming to your mind, and where are these feelings coming from, and how are you experiencing them in your body? And sense the vulnerable part of yourself, and what is it that you need? Do you need acceptance or forgiveness or love or belonging? And then the last step is nurture. And that's just being kind to yourself, having self-compassion and giving yourself a comfortable message like I love you, or you're okay. And you can think of a beloved friend or family member or pet that, or even a spiritual figure, and imagine their love flowing to you and letting that healing, calm, and compassion come in until you feel calm and you feel centered. And then you take 3 breaths, slow, deep breaths, and just take that experience into the day. So that is called RAIN. And now, we'll be doing that in a minute, but now we're going to go ahead and sing a song. This song is called Ho'oponopono. And how many of you are familiar with Ho'oponopono? Okay, good. We teach it a lot here at Unity in Citrus Heights. And it's a Hawaiian forgiveness practice for those of you who aren't familiar with it. And the practice is to simply say to yourself, I'm sorry, or to the world or to someone or yourself, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. And thank you. And let it do its work, which is quite miraculous. Several different musicians have done versions of this song. This one is by Bob Sima. So we'll sing it first, and then we'll have you join in with us after a time or so.
Sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I am sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you.
Join in as you feel comfortable.
I am sorry, please forgive me.
as a round. So I invite you, those of you who are on these two tables on this side of the room, to sing with me, and those who are on this side of the room to sing with Nancy. She's going to come in second. Let's go. I am sorry, please forgive me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I love
please forgive me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
I
Thank
am
you.
sorry,
I
please
love
forgive
you.
me.
Thank
you. I love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Nancy. All right, and now we draw our attention to the prayer requests. The prayer box that we have in the lobby, it's a little blue box, and I think Brian's going to show it to us. And that's where you may leave your personal prayer requests for yourself or for your loved ones, for the world. And our prayer chaplains take those and we pray over them, and we send the names to Silent Unity, where they are prayed over for 30 days. We also have a little corner set up here for your personal prayer. Today our other prayer chaplains aren't here, but I'm here, and if you would like personal prayer, please come see me, and I'll be happy to do that with you after service. Also, we're going to be holding a prayer circle, so that will also address our personal prayers after service. And so today, as we bring those prayers into our conscious awareness, we enter the sacred field of God awareness, with innumerable others who are praying in this moment. And we declare, I am cosmic radiance, here and now receptive to the living spirit of truth. I am willing to know peace in a new way. And in this calm center of my soul, worry and tension melt into peace, and only the light of peace fills my vision. All warring, despairing emotion is disarmed, and I lay down my need to control. With every breath, divine peace is radiating an intelligent, harmonizing force as every cell, molecule, particle, and wave. Peace is my true nature. Wherever I am, wherever I go, peace blesses all, my family, my neighbors, my co-workers, my friends, the water, air, and creatures. We see this prayer going out to bless the world, to bless our country. And today we take into our hearts and just in gratitude those who have served our country, protected us, as we honor them in Veterans Day tomorrow. So it is. Thank you, God. Amen. And now, would you please prepare with me for a time of meditation? Oh, Spirit, guide me deep inside me. Take me to my heart place the place of ease and grace. Breathe in this moment, this sacred moment. I am peace. I am renewed. And as we move into meditation, begin by relaxing your body. Just sink into your chair. Let your feet sink into the floor. Take a breath and let it out. And as you do so, feel any of those tense spots in your body relaxing. And we might even imagine now that we are in a gentle, warm rain that's so precious here. And the drops are comforting and relaxing and a relief. And in this moment, we know that we are safe. Let yourself feel at ease here. And I invite you to become gently aware of your feelings, just right now. Just see if there's one thing that comes to mind that you might be holding some resentment around. Something that you'd like to release, that you'd love to forgive. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. You can do those later, at home. So just whatever comes to mind. And just take a moment to recognize your thoughts and your feelings and your physical sensations around this thing that you're wanting to release. And name those feelings silently to yourself. We'll just give you a moment in silence to do that. Now, allow this experience that you are having around this thing to flow through you, just like you're watching a movie. And let the thoughts and the feelings and sensations just come and go around it. Letting go of any judgment. It's okay. It's just how it is right now. And take a moment to just investigate what words are going through your mind. What emotions are you feeling? Where are they coming from? How are you experiencing this in your body? Go ahead and sense the most vulnerable part of yourself. What does it need? What do you need in your vulnerable place? What does that part need? Does it need acceptance, or does it need forgiveness, or love, or belonging? So be kind to yourself. Nurture yourself and give yourself a message of comfort now. Like, I love you. You are okay. And bring to mind a special friend, someone you love, or a family member, or a spiritual figure, God or Jesus or the universe or angels. And just imagine their love flowing to you, maybe even the earth. And let that love and compassion in until you feel calm and centered. And now, take 3 slow, deep breaths, one after another. Take your time. And we carry this centered compassion with us now into the day. And so it is. Amen. I forgive you. Will you forgive me? I didn't mean to hurt you. I just couldn't see your point of view. Your hurt and pain. Forgive me now. Let me try again. Will you forgive me? Will you take my hand? Look me in the eye and understand. Sometimes I just don't know the things I do unintentionally wind up hurting you. Will you forgive me? Please don't close the door. Don't close down your heart. Just get angry at me, scream and cry. We can mutually towards the light if we're both willing to try. I forgive you. Will you forgive me? I know that love is our destiny. We stumble and fall. We learn and grow. And together we'll find what our hearts already know. Will you forgive me? I'll forgive you. Will you forgive me? I'll forgive you. Will you forgive me? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. So today's talk is entitled The Mystery of Forgiveness. Because, and forgiveness is one of Unity's foundational teachings. So one day at church, many years ago, the minister gave a talk about the importance of forgiveness. And when she was about a third of the way through her talk, she checked in with the congregation. And she said, "Raise your hand if you're willing to forgive your enemies." And the minister was very convincing. And about half the people raised their hands. So she continued her talk. And then in about another 5 minutes or so, she stopped again and she asked, "Raise your hand if you're now willing to forgive your enemies." And 3/4 of the people raised their hands. So she continued her talk. And then after she finished the talk, she asked again, "Raise your hand if you're willing to forgive your enemies." And all of the people in the congregation raised their hands, except one little older lady that we'll call Edith. And the minister was flummoxed. And she asked Edith, "Why are you still not willing to forgive your enemies after such a great talk?" "Simple," said Edith. "I have no enemies." "Wow, can I ask how old are you?" 96. "And you have no enemies?" "None at all." The minister was amazed. "Come up to the podium," she said. So Edith went with the minister to the front of the church. "Will you please share with the congregation how it's possible that you have no enemies?" And Edith said, "Well, it's simple. I outlived them all." Okay, we needed a little light moment. It's hard to forgive. Even if we're spiritually minded and we may think we have a clean slate, then along comes election day. And there can be a hotness in our hearts. And it can be toward that person who's strongly and arrogantly expressing their opinion, right? Or maybe it's something totally different. Maybe it's not election day. Maybe your partner has lunch with another woman or man. And along comes that green giant of resentment. So why is this? Why do we get so rattled when we think we are conscious people? We don't need to carry this stuff around, but we get rattled. But I think that maybe sometimes it looks like it's just one little thing disturbing us, like that person who's so annoying. But that one simple little thing might actually represent something that rips the fabric of our very existence. Like your partner having lunch with another woman threatens not only your relationship, but it threatens your family life. It threatens your home, your property. It threatens everything you know. And sometimes being on a different side politically means that you probably assume that they have a stance on issues that affect you personally. Most people have a personal investment in some issues, like the right to marry who you want, or being able to make choices for your body, whether it's women's reproductive rights or vaccines, or what school your kids go to. These are very personal issues, and you may have already had the fabric of your life ripped asunder in your past. So there's a knowledge of what this feeling is. But our reaction stems from fear because we see this apparent evidence that leads us to create a very profound story that impacts us in a very deep way. And the media thrives on this. They help us to see an imaginary group of people as other, and then we associate people we know with that other, rather than having deliberate, conscious conversations with those people who might have a different perspective than us. And what about the partner situation? It's likely that the seeming indiscretion of a lunch might point to something much bigger that needs to be addressed in the relationship, like an iceberg under the surface. So we look at our resentments. According to Reverend Edwin Gaines, harboring a grudge completely blocks our ability to have peace of mind. It's like stabbing ourselves with a knife and expecting the person who did us wrong to feel the pain. So we do forgiveness for ourselves, and it's simply emotional house cleaning, and it makes room for the good we desire, which is why we're looking at it, because this fall we're taking an autumn journey into abundance. And we're using Reverend Edwin Gaines' book, The Four Spiritual Laws of Prosperity. And she has, we've looked at the first two in October, and now we're on the third, which is forgiveness. These laws are simple. They're simple, and they're always in place, like gravity. She didn't make them up. So we're just going to look at them just to review what they are. And the first one is to tithe 10% of all that you receive to the person, place, or institution where you have received your spiritual food. And the talk on this is on YouTube if you want to hear it. The second is to set, clear-cut, tangible goals. And that one's also on YouTube. And this week, we're looking at forgiveness. Forgive everyone all the time, especially yourself. And the fourth is to seek, discover, and follow your divine purpose. And we're going to be looking at that next week. That'll be the last principle. So when you don't forgive, what are your feelings? Call it out. Anger? What else? Loss. Okay, what else? Resentment. Sadness. Guilt. Do you feel guilty when you don't forgive? Or shame? How about blame? Blame, yeah, that's a big one for not forgiving.
How about self-righteousness?
Self-righteousness, yeah, that's a good one. Well, these feelings, they are self-defeating. Because when we harbor resentment and blame, we're not free and we can't feel worthy. And we're actually not able to accept God's gifts. It's not free. Unity's Daily Word magazine tells us that the word forgive is the combination of the words give and for, When I ask myself what I would be willing to give for peace of mind, I have a new understanding of what it means to forgive. I give up attachment to pain and anger in order for me to enjoy a better life. I give up judgment or criticism of my own past actions for the freedom to live in loving ways. And sometimes people really have hurt us. They really have. And it can last a lifetime. But we have no control over that now. We can refuse to accept treatment like that in the future. Put that boundary in place. But as long as we let their behavior continue to deeply affect us, we cannot be open and we can't have peace. Wayne Dyer said that when we forgive another person, we're really saying, I no longer give you the power to control how I think, feel, or behave. I now take responsibility for myself. Because when we get caught in an endless loop of blame and bad feeling, our minds do that, our minds stay focused on all the wrong things. And then when we put those feelings aside, we can turn to important issues like being happy. And then we might be able to ask, how can I serve? So how do we clean out our inner psyches? Edwene Gaines has a process for this. She's very practical. I highly recommend this book. She tells us to prayerfully ask, first, who am I blaming? And you're welcome to take pictures of the slides if you want to remember these. Who am I blaming? And then what am I blaming this person for? Why am I blaming this person? Who hurt me? And why did I allow this person to hurt me? So those are some questions you can ask yourself. There are some things that seem really unforgivable, like the atrocities in Israel and Gaza, or even in our own childhood, or in the childhoods or the lives of people that we love. And Edwene Gaines shared her story in her book, that she was sexually abused in her childhood until she was about 4 years old. And it was her story. She carried it with her. And she said that for many years, she carried this story of being a victim and got a lot of compassion for it. But one day, a teacher called her out on what she calls her act. And she was shocked. She was shocked that he hadn't given her that poor baby response. These are her words, not mine, but that response that she expected. And he challenged her to create a new story. He said, what do you mean? And so here's the story he offered her. He said, Edwene, you came onto this planet to be a woman of power. Your soul chose this pathway, and because you chose it, you also chose to take an initiation in the misuse of power at a very young age. During this initiation, you learned what it feels like when power is misused, and it is horrible. Therefore, it is now safe for you to be a woman of power in the world because you now know that you would never misuse nor abuse this power. And in this process, you have gained the most valuable of all spiritual gifts, the understanding heart. She said her world reeled and cracked open a bit. And little by little, she began to embrace this wonderful new story, and this made her feel powerful. And when we change our story, it takes a lot of courage. We have to face those things in ourselves that have made us cling to that old story. We have to step into something that's asking something that's a lot more, asks more from us. Often it's a place of unknowing. It's not familiar. You know, when we're in our old story, it's very, very familiar. So we have to have the courage to say, what is the story I want? Can I step into this not knowing where it's going to take me? And through it all, we can trust the one power and the one presence that's God and God's divine order, working always for the ultimate expression of good. Now, there's one more thing to note that she brings up in the book that has to do with the abundance. And she says, Edwin Gaines says that if you're in debt, you're not going to get out of debt until you forgive. She says that when you forgive, you open to possibility and to the gifts of the universe. So I like this quote from Martin Luther King. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a constant attitude. And so this means that we need to make forgiveness a daily practice. So how do we do this? Once again, Edwin Gaines has given us practices, techniques for making this a daily practice. And so the first one, let's just take a breath before we approach all this. Wow. Okay, so what we can do first is we can write and speak and listen to affirmations of forgiveness. We use these a lot in Unity. We can use denials too. If you need to use a denial to release something, do that. And then, this is a denial. I let go of guilt, blame, shame, judgment, and hurt. That's a denial. Has no power over me. That's the most simple denial you can do. This feeling, this thought has no power over me. And then we move into an affirmation. I forgive others, knowing that we all did the best we could at the time. I forgive my parents completely. That's the first one. And then the second one is every night, ask yourself who you might have put outside your heart today. And forgive yourself for this judgment because you may have made it unconsciously. We often do. But you want to remember that you can't and you don't need to control other people's behavior. Their behavior is none of your business. Third, once a year, Edwin Gaines does a complete forgiveness inventory of her life. And she sets aside a day, and she goes through her whole life mentally as far back as she remembers, and she double checks her feelings and her memories just to see if anything's come up that she's forgotten or overlooked in the past in forgiving someone. So if you do this, I think that you do it yearly because different discoveries come up as you grow. You're ready. You know, you might be spiritually ready for other discoveries to be revealed, things you haven't thought about or things you've forgotten. And then you can treat those with affirmations as well. Number 4 is forgive yourself. Because we've all done some bad things. For example, a simple one of mine that just stays with me is when I was in 8th grade, I was in the practice room with a couple other violinists. We were supposed to be practicing together. And I made up this horribly clashing song on the piano. I'm just with all these different, dissonant chords. And it was for the benefit of a 7th grader who was in the room, who I felt threatened by in my position. And she was wearing an orange jumpsuit and bright pink socks. And I named the song Orange and Pink. Isn't that horrible? That's just like so mean. What a junior higher thing to do, right? And I still feel bad about it, and I wish I hadn't done it. So how do I release that? I don't really want to call her. I don't know if that'd be appropriate. Probably could find her. So you share these things with someone you trust. I just did it with you. And people who will listen, someone who will listen impartially without judging you and just hold space for you. And in that space, you forgive yourself and you allow that. Whew. But you may have things that you don't feel like you can forgive in yourself. And so you have to ask forgiveness and just know that it is granted. The next step is to ask God for help. Because sometimes you don't feel like you can forgive. The first step is wanting to forgive. Wanting to. But God can forgive. And so you just keep asking, and eventually you will be free. The last step is have an understanding heart. Jesus of Nazareth, who was our great master teacher and way shower, taught forgiveness in all of his teachings. And in his dying moments on the cross, he cried out, "Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do." So may we also have an understanding heart, knowing that hurt people, and that we're all human as well as divine. We're created to be free, to be magnificent, open, abundant creations, expressions of the living Christ. And so we forgive so that we may love all of life, all of it. And in our joy, in our divinity, and our humanity, experience it together. And so it is, and so it may be, and thus ends the lesson. This song that we're going to sing is called Breathe. It's by a wonderful musician who does things called chant songs, where people come to a cathedral or any location and they sing these chants together. His name is Michael Stillwater. This is called Breathe, and it's inspired by Tonglen, which is a Buddhist breathing practice for compassionate action in response to perceived suffering. It's where you breathe in the pain that you feel around you, and you breathe out love. Breathe in the pain, breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever. Breathe in the pain, breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this love world is changed forever. There is a way my spirit can pray for the peace of everyone.
With every breath I take, my heart is learning to make the will of love be done.
So I breathe in the pain, breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever. Breathe in the pain, breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever.
There is a way my spirit can pray for the peace of everyone.
With every breath I take, my heart is learning to make the will of love be done. So I breathe in the pain, breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever. Sing with me. Breathe in the pain. Breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever. Let's do it again. Breathe in the pain. Breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever. Sing it out like you really mean it. Breathe in the pain. Breathe on out the love. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever. Let my heart be a place where this world is changed forever. So it is. Thank you. Thank you for singing with me. Everybody can sing, you know. All right. So we have a time of love offering now. Brian's going to be passing the bag around. And what we ask is that no matter whether you're making your offering here or online, that you just take that, put your hand over it and bless it. Because, you know, our offerings come in from all over the place and monthly and whatever. But we just hold this container of love and joy and the circle of abundance that passes through this loving community as we bless the world. And you can go ahead and start passing it, Brian. So in this great circle of life, our hearts open, we give generously and joyfully, knowing that our hearts are also open to receive all the gifts of the universe. So knowing, we bless these offerings and all that they provide, and we say our affirmation together. Up here on the slide, together, I give thanks for my new vision of God as my infinite, constant, abundant source. And let's say that one more time. I give thanks for my new vision of God as my infinite, constant, abundant source. And now we're going to sing a little song, I'm So Grateful, by Karen Drucker. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me. Do the hand motions. Gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. All right. I'm just going to come over here for the announcements. Today we are having a prayer circle after service, so you're welcome to stay for that. It won't last too long. We have a little time of prayer together, silent prayer, and then we take some prayer requests. And we're able to affirm and uphold your requests together, and there's great energy in that. This Wednesday is our full moon circle. It's going to be at the home of Bee Swearingen in Citrus Heights, and Amy leads that, and she's got some people leading that with her. It's really a wonderful just time of community and fun and sharing, and we ask that you sign up on our website so that we can prepare and know how many people are coming. Next week, we'll be right back here at Sylvan Community Center, and our talk will be Your Divine Purpose. It will be the last of the principles of Reverend Edwene Gaines. It's interesting how she did, like the hardest one first, tithing, and then she did a more easy, uplifting, goal setting, and then we got into forgiveness, deep stuff, and then Your Divine Purpose, I'm sure, will be very joyful, uplifting. On the 24th, we are on Zoom. We have one stay-at-home service every month. Gives us a chance to stay in our pajamas, put our feet up, and I take the week off, and Amy hosts. We'll have a guest speaker, Reverend Blair Tabor, who used to be in this region many years ago. He's a musician and a speaker. He'll be speaking on joy rising from gratitude. And then the last thing I wanted to announce is that we have begun our holiday outreach, and this is through the city of Citrus Heights. It's called Operation Holiday Cheer, and the police department collects gifts. They collect bags of gifts for families and also donations. And one of the things that's most useful is they collect gift cards. And the police officers will take families, children to Target and help them pick out what they want. So we'll be collecting cash, and then once we've got everything everybody wants to give, we'll go buy the gift cards at Target and drop them off in the third week of December for those families. So you can make that donation online. There's a special page for outreach, and there's a store item set up where you can choose what amount you want to donate. So that's all of the announcements. So at this time, let's circle up, and we're going to sing our closing songs. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyful vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. And we know that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Thank you all. Have a wonderful week. We got a good thing going on around here. We got a good thing going on around here. You can see it on each and every face. There's a sweet, sweet spirit in this place. We got a good thing going on around here. We got a good thing going on. We got a good thing going on. We got a good thing going on. We got a good thing.